talk about just that. They also have the true damage alongside the alpha. But for Aurora MLBB, they're still lacking their roamer here. What could be the hitman hero or the healman, depending on what
Minotaur?
he feels
Oh,
like
hey.
using. Oh, so it's both.
Yeah, right on time.
So he gets the
It
Minotaur.
was a hit heal man.
Hit human.
Okay, so you go for the Beatrix because you get the strong lockdown basic attack. This is actually, if you look at it, a modernized version of our old utility jungle meta. Alpha is utility jungle modern version.
Yeah.
Because he's like Fredrin, tanky, not as tanky, but the damage is there in terms of the true damage.
Yeah.
The Alpha is supplemented well, the Beatrix is supplemented well. The lineup rating shows, but I am actually quite surprised that the early to mid game and then the late game for Rora is there,
Yeah. So we have
but
to
the crowd
see.
control is there for Falcon's AP.
Yeah,
Bren.
even though they have a Claude, right, in their
Yeah.
lineup, so they'll both have to really scale in this game. Let's see how well this Mathilda composition will go. Let's head over to our casters.
And we, in turn, will head into the game. Thank you so much, Renmar and Brigida from over there at the Infinix Game Tambayan. It's me, Leo, and Naisu
Yes,
bringing
sir.
you Game 2, which
Welcome
would
to
essentially
Mobile
be
Legends.
match point between Falcons AP Bren and Aurora.
You know, looking at the lineups, interesting calls to come through here for both teams, I would say. A little more standard for Rora, but on the other side, the flip side, FCAP bringing something, a new flavor, I would say, in a way.
It's never as simple as a sweep for our defending world champions. Falcons AP Bren, yesterday, need I remind you, Joseph, you called that match.
Yes,
They played the Eve
they played the E.
again. When was the last time you remember Eve winning at the highest tier of competition?
And you know what's funny? How many times we've seen the Eve banned out? Like, just this week.
In the last phase. So there's got to be something there, right?
There's something there.
But they lost.
But they lost,
And
exactly.
here today, they try to bring back from the dead the Alpha Dog 360.
Yeah, oh, I love that you still
in
remember
the
it.
jungle. Last time we saw this was in the EXP lane,
Yeah.
which, by the way, I personally called out as heresy.
You didn't like it.
The Codex of Astartes does not support this action, but yet still Kirk won with it. And the reason why was it's a great answer to the Phobius, right? In
Yeah.
lane. But here, Kyle Teasy brings it back into the jungle. Wait. Oh, what? Oh!
That's a lot of damage. And unfortunately, too much to handle. And now in the mid lane, Few's going to be able to get away. Count TZ now part of the fight. I don't know if he gives this call. Spirit of Alpha going to go and find Renegade, but it's just too much. And Flap doesn't have the penalty zone, that level 4 just yet. So they're getting forced out of this mid lane.
DK gets that big K. First blood drawn. I mean, good news and bad news. Well, number one, you snowball.
Yeah.
As Aurora, you definitely need the momentum boost, the little shandian for your morale, given what happened in game 1. But bad news is it's just on Ogwin. And you saw that in engagement, in 10-15 seconds of a team fight, or rather a little skirmish, the Alpha didn't blink. Like, that's what you get picking a utility jungler, quote-unquote, in the current metagame. Like, you can take fights and stay in fights.
You can stay there, and right now he's going to stay on the turtle. Oh, Demon Kite's going to go in and just swoops in, red trees the turtle away. The knock-up 2 from Renegade, sending them into the air. Few will get a kill on Renegade. Still have to battle it out, though, but they're going to get collapsed down on as Kyle Teasy is drawn out as well. Rora comes clapping back, takes the objective, and takes the buff.
This is tough for FCAP as Aurora just trample through them. Everything I just said still stands, yes, but what you do miss out on playing, again, a quote-unquote utility jungler, which is slowly but surely, I don't know if you feel the same way, starting to sound like a bad word.
Yeah,
You miss out on the damage, you miss out on the burst.
it's changed a bit, you know, and I guess part of me, as someone who Alpha's my second most played hero,
Besides Gord.
besides Gord, I want to see what Kyle Teasy
Oh!
builds. Look at the damage coming out from Domang. Gonna force out the flicker. But just like we saw this in game 1, man. Like, Domang did this constantly against Super Marco. He actually did a fantastic job in the lane, but then fell behind what Super Marco did throughout the team fights. And so right now, Domang could be an answer later on, even to further the dominance that Rora has found to 3.5 minutes in.
Yeah, basically what you could call an insurance policy.
Yeah.
You know, that little, wait. Oh, shadow kill on Few!
Few takes a couple shots, one hit, and Demon Kite will come up to clean up. 3-0-1 now on this Hayabusa. Talk about a snowball.
usually Julians are elusive, but when you have a Hayabusa that just tracks you, that claps onto you with no other targets around, and he presses the shadow kill, there's nowhere else to go.
You see what I'm seeing here, Leo?
What do you
Edward,
see?
first item. Locked in the Thunderbelt. He
There
went with
we
it!
go. Oh!
Okay, Ogwood
Circling
has the
Eagle.
shield. Circling Eagle going to be used. Should be able to escape, and he does. But look at that. If they're just around a little bit longer, a second or two longer, it's almost a sure kill for Rora.
Yep. They're playing with inevitability. I still don't see the clear winning image for Falcon's AP Bren, given that all turtles over to Aurora, majority of the kills, and even map control. Look, FCAP are struggling to keep their own orange side of the jungle. Another shadow kill!
Demon Kite going to get caught this time with the Sphere of Alpha. Quad Shadow's on out of there. And this is the dominance we've been talking about from Rora. They're so far into the jungle of FCAP right now. There doesn't seem to be an answer, at least currently at this point in the game, for FCAP other than to catch up. Oh,
one
clump up like this, but look at Renegade. Gonna jump in, find the 3 members with a knock-up, Manoa and Fury. Flap trying to get out defensively with the penalty zone, but Kyle TZ already gonna be punished, and now Domeng comes in with a blazing duel, and it will pick up Super Marco as well. 3 fall for FCAP, and Rora further dominating the game.
That was a 4v3. That
Flap.
Aurora won.
He's gone, he's gone.
Oh,
There's no way.
A wipeout!
I'm not sure what Flap was gonna do there, but yeah, Rora just cleans things up, and now the Turtle here, 3rd one in the game, gonna go to them as well.
Aurora cleaning up. They're making up for lost
Oh,
time.
wow.
Especially what happened after game 1. There's a cure.
They want to fight, but at this point, Few, I don't know, is he gonna escape? He does, just with 1 HP. And now still battling it out here. Kyle TZ gets out wings by wings, but man, it's looking a lot more like a dire situation for FCAP at this point in the game.
All right, there's about, what is this, 2,000 gold between Demon Kite and Kyle. And, yep, that's a Winter Crown. He's building a Winter Crown.
Yeah, this is tough. Shadow kill again. Demon Kite, complete control. Not only is he 2,000. Oh! Demon Kite, not only is he massively snowballed, but he's also, what, 3 levels ahead of Kyle TZ right now.
Wow, the situational awareness. Demon Kite had eyes behind his back, taking that last shadow, giving Ogren a little love tap, and now Aurora continue to devastate FCAP side of the map. I've lost track of how many turns they're taking at what rate too, Joseph. Like, they can walk through every avenue, every lane, and just go.
The crazy part about this, man, too, is I thought game 1, FCAP was so dominant. You know, they had at one point they had like 12,000, 13,000 gold lead. Right now, Rora is actually doing it faster, I would say, at this point, and just with much more control over the map here.
Oh yeah, there was some fight. There was a semblance of competition in game 1. Right here, right now,
It's just Rora.
it's all Rora.
It's all of them right now, and Lord coming up in 30. You can see Few is just going to stay up top side. Well, again, Shadow Kill going to be used. That's enough damage to go through. Get out of the base as well. Demon Kite showcasing the Hayabusa tonight in game 2.
Wow, Demon Kite, former MPL and MSC champion, reminding us why he should be in the running for top Hayabusa in Season 14. Andoryu, sure. Kyle, okay. DK, don't forget.
Don't forget, 8-0-1. Just picked up the BOD.
8? Did you say 8? It's 8.
I know. I had to second look myself as well. I was like,
That's a kill a minute.
yeah. And right now it's Lord too. So I don't know, man. I think at this point, FCAP might be just facing the fact that, yeah, we got to kind of just let this, we just got to get to a game 3 at this point, because this, when you look at the composition, and yes, teams have come back from 10,000 gold deficits, maybe, you know, a time or two.
Come back from worse.
Come back from worse, but with a lineup like this from Rora is what makes it so difficult, because Demon Kite alone, you saw him, and that was against Flap, TZ on a Terizla, plus Ogwin with the Matilda. Like, his Shadow Kill is enough damage to put a threat there, and that's not even considering the fact that we still haven't even talked about Domeng.
Yep, look at Domeng, up by about 3,000. And here I was wowing over the 2 between DK and Kyle. 3,000 gold between Bulletproof Marco, who's not so bulletproof now, died once here in this 10-minute bout. And Paldoming, I think this is where that nickname comes through.
Yep.
Did give him the moniker when he was in action, I believe, for the first time in Season 12.
Season 12, yeah.
Yep. And now they're bordering 10,000 up, popping these holy shields left, right, and center, and now they're inside.
See what they're able to do. Edward jumps in, Infernal Pursuit. They get the turret on the top side out of here.
Uh-oh.
Few waiting in the whims on the back. Demon Kite gonna spawn him out, and that's gonna be a shadow kill used. The flicker, though, will be enough to keep him alive, but a huge penalty zone jump in comes through. They're trying to defend them in. They get the setups, though. Renegade still healing them up with a motivational roar, and they'll collapse down again as they go to look to close Game 2 in a dominant fashion, just like FCAP did in Game 1. We go to Game 3.
Under 11 minutes. Blink and you miss it. Aurora force us to go all the way. I'm still figuring out what's up with that draft.
I'm scratching my head too. I'm sure the panel will have a lot to say about it.
I hope so.
But I'm surprised, man. That's really how I felt FCAP was after, you know, they had to take those breathers. They're like, you know what? We gotta get to Game 3.
A collective sigh of relief for all the Auroras all around the world. As their war room's door closes, they go to reset and figure out how to attack Game 3, because I'm pretty sure FCAP have the same plan. They gotta go back and figure out that draft as we throw over to the Infinity Game. Bye.
Even I couldn't fully digest how quick of a game that game just went by. As mentioned by our casters, it was 11 minutes of just consecutive